Yeah, hello there, and welcome back. And let us continue with our lesson over here. And today we are going to learn about the animated switcher, which will help us to animate whenever we are switching between the two different widgets over here. So let us get started over here, and let's go to our screen and let's create a new file. And let's give a name switcher switcher animation other dot file, and let's create a stateful widget over here because we need to set a state. And switcher switcher animation, and I guess that should be fine. And let's import this material package over here, and let's make this one as a const over here, and let's have a scaffold over here, scaf scaffold, and then the app bar. Let's add the simple app bar over here, and then let's have a body over here, and with this body we'll just make it to the center over here, and has a child of the column over here. And with this we can set up the child, so I guess that should be fine. And let's copy some of the properties from here. We will require a size box first of all, and let's paste it over here. We need one size box, and we need another one here too. And then what I need is one more button, so I guess there was a button over here. So let's copy this button from here and paste it over here. So we got that button, and let's remove this one, and this one let's just set it to 8. And in the here we need to create our animated the animated switcher over here, and we need to pass in some of the parameters. Let me try to arrange this one properly. And it is the required parameter is the duration, so it's a const of the duration, the duration, and let's have a millisecond over here, and we can give it around let's say 800 over here. And other than that, what we need is we need to set up the child property. So with this child we can, I guess we will have the image over here. So let's switch the image over here. I will set image dot from the assets that we have, and I use assets slash user one dot the jpg that we got, not the kpg, it should be over jpg. Okay, so once we have this image, let's give some const height for this one, and also width. So I'll just say width of let's say 200, and the height let's make it as 200, so which is of the square box over here, and I guess that should be fine. And once we have this, what we need to do is let's have a random number generator, and I guess I'll have a double over here. So double, let's make a size over here. We'll generate a size over here, and that will be of a default, let's say of the 200 or something. And then we will have another one more variable of the final random, which will be of the random equals to the random, sorry. And then once we have this variable created, what we will do over here is let's go to the set state on the button pressed over here. We want to update the state of our size that we have. Let's say that will be of the random dot next. Let's create the int of let's say a maximum of the 300 over here, and then that should be fine. So this is of the double. Okay, so let's make this one as a int here too. So once we have that, which means that whenever we click on the button, this particular size is going to get a random number. And if you come to our image over here, we currently have just one image. We are not creating switching to a different image. So what we need to do is we need to add a key for this one. I set that key, and this key we will define the value key for this one. And with this value key, what we will define is we need to put in a unique ID over here. So the key is the unique ID which defines this particular the image over here, image widget. So whenever the key changes, that means this widget has been changed. So whenever we are rebuilding over here, whenever we are setting up set the state of our site, we want to rebuild this particular image over here and pass in the new value. So that will be of this size that we are passing over here. So this will make whenever we are rebuilding, it will have a new value over here, or a unique ID, and this will treat this one as a completely new widget over here. So that's pretty bad if you think of the performance term, because whenever we are clicking this particular button, this is going to rebuild and recreate. But the purpose of this video is not about the performance. We are just trying to animate this particular widget, but in an actual application you may not do in this way, because that's a bad practice to have rebuild your widget every time you set a state. That will give you a bad performance. So make sure that you remember that one. And once we have this, let's go, and I guess it'll be fine. Let's go to our home screen over here, and let's have a new button over here, and let's go and call that one AnimatedSwitcher animation, and then here we'll just say AnimatedSwitcher switcher animation. Let's try to rebuild this particular project over here. And now we can go to the switcher animation. We have this particular image over here, and when we click on this, it's particularly changing, but it's not the what we want over here. So you can see that it is particularly having some animation, but it's not the actually what we want over here. So what we can do over here in the switcher, we have the other option, that is to provide the transition builder over here. We can provide this, and we can have a better animation for this one. And for that, what we need to do is let's go back over here and let's add the transition builder, and we will require a child and the animation over here, and in the body we need to return a transition over here. So if you search for the TRANSITR transition, you can find a fade transition, which is by default that is providing us whenever we are doing, it's having a fade transition. So you can have the size transition, and I guess we will be using something scale transition over here. So scale transition, elegant transition, right? The slide transition, you have some other option that you can actually use over here. So let's select the scale transition, and here we need to pass in the scale that is takes the animation of double. So you can see this is the one that we need to pass in over here, and the next is it also takes the child, so that is the one we have to pass a child over here. So now once we have this over here, and I need to close this one, and let's try to rebuild over here, and let's try to test it out. So just click on it. Now you can get a scale transition over here, and if you want to change it to different one, you can just go and change that particular transition. By default, if you see, that was on the fade transition. So that's look it's cool over here, so you can have a nice looking animation, right? So let's meet up in the next lecture where we'll learn more about the animation. Till then, have a great day.